my Grace friends. Happy Wednesday to all of you. I'm happy that you're tuning in. What do you think of my flashy jacket? Yeah, it's kind of fun. Lots of sparkles. Today, I'm wearing my jacket because I wanted to match the book that I'm reading. It's called The Rainbowfish, and it's by Marcus Pfister. A long way out, in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbowfish. "Come on, Rainbowfish," they would call. "Come, play with us." But the Rainbowfish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbowfish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbowfish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbowfish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to a starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus." Oh, back. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbowfish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I've been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I can't," the Rainbowfish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful, shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbowfish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbowfish wavered. Only one very, very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the Rainbowfish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the Rainbowfish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scale left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at least felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. I love this story because it's a story about generosity. It's a story about cooperation and a story about sharing. And so I'm wondering what you all heard in this story about sharing. What happened when the rainbow fish didn't share his scales? He was very lonely, all alone and pretty sad. And then did you notice what happened when he started to give away his scales? To share his scales with the other fish? Right? He got happy, and he was invited to play with these new friends. And so whether you're in school or in preschool, or maybe you're playing at home with mom and dad or brothers and sisters or neighbor friends, I want you to think about this story, about sharing, about taking turns. This story about generosity and sharing also makes me think about giving other things. Maybe there are things that we have that we don't play with anymore, that we don't need, and we could donate them to a local Goodwill or Salvation Army, so that other kids might get to play with the toys that we don't play with anymore. I also think about how sometimes we give to church, we give money to church. And so I don't know if any of you have an allowance that you get each week, but you might choose to think about how you might be able to share that you, that your family has given you enough, and that out of the kindness, out of the love in your heart, that you might choose to give a portion of that money either to church or to a charity of your choosing, to help those who might not have enough. Just some things to think about this week with your family. I hope you enjoyed my story about the rainbow fish and my sparkly, shiny rainbow jacket. We'll talk to you guys later.